And like we typically do, so Mirza, if we could ask you to go first, if you would be able to cover for the group, and the group involves, business owners and representatives, as well as property owners and representatives, give us a sense of, with the city's paving contracts, what work is happening, where within downtown Syracuse, and if you're able to also share some timelines, just so people get a sense of where construction activity will be happening and what to expect.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. So we have two contractors working in downtown for the engineering department. One is Barrett Paving, the other one is Seneca Stone. The Barrett Paving one, the contractor, I'm supervising that one, and Seneca Stone, John Kivelhan is supervising. So my project covers Clinton Street between West Genesee Street and Jefferson, Jefferson Street between Clinton and Montgomery, Warren Street between Erie Boulevard and Adams Street, and Montgomery between Erie Boulevard and Adams Street. Right now, the contractor is working on Clinton Street and Warren Street. Major full reconstruction was happening for a month from Clinton Street. There should be done now with that corridor, excavation, all of that stuff. The road should be temporarily restored. And now we're waiting for the curbing, which should be starting next week. And then after that, they'll start paving that area. So by middle of August, Clinton Street should be paved from West Genesee Street to Jefferson Street. We'll keep you updated if something changes, but that's the plan right now. Along Warren Street, Barrett Paving should be excavating a bus pad today at the Warren Street and Jefferson Street intersection. South of that, there's an existing bus pad that needs to be pretty much removed and replaced with asphalt. Then after that, they should be moving south towards the Hotel Syracuse area. That's between Onondaga Street and Warren Street. A lot of work will happen in that intersection. I notified the superintendent of Barrett Paving that he needs to coordinate everything with Hotel Syracuse, but it would be beneficial that someone from downtown committee reached out to them as well. In either case,
for that one, would it be helpful for us to contact the Hotel Syracuse ownership and management with you?
Yes, I mean it will be fine. Yeah, pretty much. They will be doing work there, but the road will not be closed. Now, National Grid, I believe they reached out to Hotel Syracuse because they will have to close Onondaga Street to replace a manhole structure that's there. And my understanding is that Hotel Syracuse is aware of that, but just FYI.
Okay.
So our work has no intent of closing road there. It's just, the lanes will be reduced, and no parking will be placed in those areas where we're doing full reconstruction. But the intent is not to close down any roads. And then after that, they'll be doing full reconstruction in front of Centro, between Harrison and Adams Street. We had multiple meetings with Centro, so they're aware of it. But same thing, like I notified the contractor just to notify the Centro as well. So other than that, the Montgomery one and Jefferson, we're not going to do anything until Water Department and National Grid is done with their work. But if something changes, we'll let you know.
Okay,
So that's the one that Barrett Paving is in charge of. The Seneca Stone is in charge of Salina and State Street. So for that part, they'll be working on 400 block of Salina, the southbound lane, and so southbound traffic will continue to be detoured to Clinton Street. Northbound traffic will remain open in the parking lane. So same as last week's. State Street between Adams and Onondaga Street is just going to be manhole adjustments. So the lanes will be reduced, but there's still going to be traffic going through that work zone. It's just no parking. And there's going to be miscellaneous work on other blocks, but with minimal impact to pedestrians and traffic. That's it, unless you guys have any questions. And feel free to call me. My cell phone is 315-214-1221. Any emergencies, anything that needs to be, temporarily fixed that's impacting someone, feel free to call me directly or email me, and we'll try to do as best as we can to accommodate everyone.
okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Mirza? Okay, thank you so much, and we'll make sure to put your contact information within the notes that will go out to all of the properties in the area. Joe Awald, I saw your name had pop up. Will you be able to give us an update on the status of the water construction projects?
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Hope everyone can hear me. So we are right now working on West Jefferson, so between Clinton and Salina. We were able to isolate a small little leak last night. Some people were without water for a short period of time, but got that situated. So West Jefferson should take us not too long to get that replaced and back in service. And then we'll move to the next block to the east, working our way eastward to Columbus Circle. Once we get to that last block on East Jefferson Street by Columbus Circle, we're going to coordinate with National Grid for the water and gas installation, and that block will be shut down completely because we'll both be in that. So that block might be shut down for an extended period of time between water and National Grid's work. And then after that, really we're going to be done. So if we figure about 1 week per block on Jefferson, we should be done by the end of August at the latest. And we have one small stretch of Montgomery to do up between Erie Boulevard and Water Street. We have about 40 feet of pipe to put in to reconnect the old and the new, and then we are done with our project. Any questions?
Hey, can I ask a quick question? It's
Sure,
Samara
Samara.
Red House. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the corner of Jefferson and Clinton, they have been out there. I may have missed it. Did you say how much longer that construction is going to be going on for?
So on the corner of Jefferson and Clinton, we're done with, I think the bulk of our work. We're a little bit south of the intersection where we have two water mains that run south. One's old and one's older. One was 1800s, one's like 1930s. And they kind of crisscross. So we're trying to figure out the best place to interconnect those again. And then we're also just focusing on that one block between Clinton and Salina that's on Jefferson.
Okay. It's a little bit confusing we have summer camps going on, and with that intersection kind of being almost fully confiscated at this point with construction, it's just hard for families to get to us because Salina's closed and now that intersection is almost closed. They were kind of pushing us all the way back around the block this morning because they've closed it right at the intersection in front of the Jefferson Clinton. So I just know for families who don't normally drive downtown, it's been very, very complicated and confusing. And they're like a nervous wreck when they get here because all three sides of our building are basically blocked off at this
Got
point.
work going on.
Yeah.
So we'll be done with our water work probably within, say today is Tuesday. We'll probably be done with the water work, I'm guessing by Saturday.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the road reconstruction plan is, if they're gonna continue working on Jefferson or if they're gonna hold. I didn't hear the beginning of Mirza's timeline, but you know, we should be done with that one block by Saturday.
Okay. We'll just have to let our parents know that they'll have to add more time for the rest of this week. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Samara, how are they
You're welcome.
getting there right now? Because there should be, I think, right, the plan was to have a detour, if you're coming south on Salina, a detour at Fayette to get you to Clinton Street.
We've told all the families to basically go to the most and then
And then
come
come around.
right up that little block and turn. The problem is this morning that block was closed and it's a really tight squeeze. So what they're doing is sending us back out to basically Fayette Street because of the one-way piece. So you got to like wrap around the most, go out to Fayette and then come back down Clinton Street. It's doable. It's just, I know that families are very nervous when they get here because it's not a normal drive. We also have a major touring group coming to Red House in a week and a half. I think it's a week and a half. They load in on Monday, August 9th, and they're going to need access to the Salina Street entrance at that point because of the size of what they're bringing in. And that's not you, Joe, but it's just with all the different construction, I'm trying to figure out how to give these people guidance and how to keep everybody on schedule. The touring company will be here. They have to do load in on the 9th because they've got to be out of here within about 4 weeks to start their national tour.
So regarding the road reconstruction, we can move, you know, we're not going to do anything for that week. We'll just tell our contractor to work on Warren Street.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. If you could just send me your schedule
Yep.
of everything and I'll forward to our contractor and we'll coordinate something. We might even call you and just, you know, discuss it.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
One
Joey,
other
well-
note. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll say one other note. I know that the Red House has the camps going on during the day. So if there are going to be any kind of temporary shutdowns to switch things over, we'll do it after the camps are done for the day and get them done before they start in the morning.
Thanks, Joe. And we've got camps running through this week, and then all of the rest of our camps are off-site.
Okay, well, we'll probably be on the East Jefferson block by next week, so we'll be out of the zone.
Fantastic. Appreciate it.
So Joe, you had mentioned as far as Jefferson Street, if you plan about a week per construction activity on the block. But then you had mentioned the 200 block of East Jefferson, which is between Warren and Montgomery Street, like the Columbus Circle area, would be closed for an extended period of time. Is that like a 2-week period? Are you able to put a time frame on that?
Well, we'll probably be about a week. I'm not sure National Grid schedule, how long they would take. I'm not sure if Chris already spoke this morning or not, but
He is not, I don't see him here this morning.
I think he was anticipating about a week time frame from them as well. And then they got restoration, but they have some additional work going up Montgomery. So I'm not sure their schedule and how they're going to work it, but I'm anticipating, a week for us, a week for them should be about a good approximation.
Okay, thank you. And I also thank you everyone on here for all of your cooperation around the Arts and Crafts Festival, which was this weekend. I don't know if anyone on here had a chance to come by, but the artists and everything, we had a very smooth move-in. The artist said this was probably the best show that they've ever had. And the constant terms of visitors coming through and enjoying downtown was constant. So, I mean, they were coming right up until the end of the show and even past. So we had really big attendance numbers. So and again, like given all the construction that was underway, the whole space looked great. And we really appreciate all of your help getting that ready.
Oh, can I just ask a quick question? Lisa Harold, I'm in that block that we were just talking about between South Salina and Warren. You were talking about Warren to Montgomery, but what do you think will be going on in our block? It's between South Salina and Bank Alley.
So that's the 100 block of East Jefferson.
Yeah, I think it's the 100 block.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, we're 115. So hello, that makes sense. Okay, yep. What are you gonna close off that block for traffic? Do you think?
For water work, yes, we'll probably close the block down to traffic so we can isolate all our work to one block, because we'll have pipe coming in, stone coming in,
Okay.
and trying to maneuver down that narrow street would be difficult. So once we get to that point, we'll put out our anticipated detour around, which we'll have to coordinate with engineering's mill and pave schedule as well.
Joe,
That's actually okay. I most of our clients take the bus or walk, so they'll be able to get into the building, and then staff park off. You already did that on Warren.
Correct.
So they'll be able to get, in and out of the building. I just like to send an email out to staff, like, I guess on the time frame, like our 100 block of Jefferson will probably be closed to traffic. Would it be next week?
It'll probably be next week. I'm guessing Tuesday timeframe, but I'll confirm with our contractor.
I don't
I'll
need
confirm with him on Thursday to see where he's lining up with his stuff and anticipating his next move. But what we'll do is we'll plan on, if he's going to be there next week, we'll notify you guys either Friday or Monday to let you guys know in case, plans change at the last minute.
Okay.
But that way we're not starting it on a Monday when people are trying to arrive and not know what's going on. We'll give them at least till Tuesday. We'll present it to you guys Monday morning. That way, as people come into work and stuff, you can let them know as they're leaving and what to expect for the next morning.
Okay, I might do that. I might even call you, because I think the emails go to the boss and they don't necessarily trickle
Okay.
down.
So Lisa, if you give me, if you can send me your email address, we'll just put you right on there, and then you'll get the emails directly.
That would be great. Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you. I think you guys have been doing an
Not a
amazing
problem.
job. It's very hard to navigate
you.
downtown, so I think you've done a great job.
Joe,
Especially
question.
navigating underground the road on downtown.
Yeah.
Joe, I have a question about, again, like the block of Jefferson between Salina and Warren. Are we able to assign that? It would be possible to have, I guess, like the local traffic only, because Bank Alley is one way headed north. And so the Barclay Damon Tower is on the corner of Warren and Jefferson, and they have individuals along with Icon Towers, actually the two buildings.
They park down there.
They can only access their parking from Bank Alley. So will they still be able to drive the correct direction down Bank Alley? Or are they going to have to come in backwards?
We'll take a look at that, and what we might try and do is, since Bank Alley is right down the middle, might try and do one half with keeping equipment on the south side of the road to keep the north side open, so you could enter the westbound, but not the eastbound. So you might block to come into Bank Alley, and then vice versa. If we move halfway, they would be able to come eastbound logistically to see how it's going. Does that make sense?
It does. If you're able to give us even like a brief diagram, like you've been really helpful in the past in sending just kind of maps of how people can access it, we can make sure to share that with particularly the building owners who have tenants that access the parking there. There is also service like trash pickup that happens off of Bank Alley for a number of the businesses that front the 300 block of Salina. So that the shoe store, the restaurants and things like that, all of their commercial trash pickup happens off of Bank Alley as well. So typically they
Does
would
it happen?
need,
Does it happen like on a Thursday or something like that?
they're not as coordinated in terms of the same pickup times, but it does happen
Okay.
at least 3 or 4 times a week for at least one of the places. And I would imagine it's probably similar just given the trash that they go through.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will. That's good to know because we'll take that into account in our planning.
Okay, thank you.
I actually have a question now. So, when you guys were talking about moving from Salina to Warren Street to accommodate the Red House, do you know what date that was gonna be? Or have a time frame?
Samara, you had said the load in for the touring show starts on August 9th.
Is that gonna be around the same time that Onondaga Street is gonna be having road construction? I only ask because I'll have to let my tenants know they have to go all the way down. They can't use basically Clinton to get to our garage unless they want to go down to Harrison. I just want to be able to communicate if that's the case.
Mirza,
I
do you
can
have
send-
any sense of the
I can send
timeline?
an email too.
Okay, and then also I think it would be helpful for everybody to know. And so maybe Mirza, once you and Samara touch base, if you're able to share with us just the plan, because again, I think the tenants appreciate knowing what's going on just so it can make it a little bit smoother.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
thank you.
Great. And Joe AOL just had to jump off for he had another commitment. And National Grid, I do not see Christopher Gorman here. They I have not walked over yet this morning, but they were supposed to start working this week on the sometime. I thought, Eric, do you remember on the 200 block of East Jefferson?
So I know that National Grid is going to complete their work after water
Oh, okay.
takes care of there.
Thank
So
you.
I believe that the way that they've been coordinating is that as soon as the water department finishes up, National Grid will go right in while the road is excavated.
Makes sense. Thank you so much. Eric or Brianka, is there anything you would like to share from the city's business development department?
Thanks, Samara. No additional updates, just continuing to share information and post that as it becomes available on the city's infrastructure website. I know for probably several of you, this sounds like a broken record, but it's seargov.net and then it's /infrastructure. Certainly, and we try to share that information out as well with our regular email updates to this group. So please feel free to refer to that. And then certainly myself and our team were available to help coordination with the infrastructure departments on these calls as needed. So thank you all for your patience.
Great, thanks, Eric. Any other items that people would like to contribute to this meeting? Great. Well, thank you, everyone. Don't forget Farmers Market in Clinton Square. It's Tuesday, but we'll see you in a couple weeks.